All right, let's talk. No judgment here, no lectures. Just real talk. You're watching this because there's something you can't stop doing. Maybe it's your phone. Maybe it's porn. Maybe it's weed, nicotine, sugar, alcohol, gambling, scrolling, gaming. Whatever it is, you've tried to quit before, probably multiple times, and every time you told yourself, this is it, I'm done, I'm serious this time. And you meant it. You really did. But then a few days passed, maybe a week if you were lucky, and you slipped. And then you felt like garbage, and you told yourself you're weak. You have no discipline. Something's wrong with you. Everyone else can control themselves. Why can't you? Yeah, I've been there. And here's what I wish someone told me years ago. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And the way you've been trying to quit, it's literally designed to fail. Let me explain. Here's the thing most people don't understand about addiction. It's not a willpower problem. It's a brain chemistry problem. Your brain has been hijacked. Not metaphorically, I'm deaf, literally. See, every time you do the thing, the scroll, the hit, the click, the bite, your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine isn't actually pleasure. It's anticipation of pleasure. It's the wanting chemical. And here's what happens over time. Your brain starts to need that spike just to feel normal. Without it, you feel empty, anxious, restless, irritable, like something's missing. And that feeling, that's withdrawal. Even from your phone, even from sugar, even from porn. Your brain has literally rewired itself around this thing. So when you try to quit using willpower, you're basically asking your conscious mind to overpower millions of years of evolutionary programming. Guess who wins that fight? Not you. At least, not the way you've been fighting. So let's change the game. Here's the first thing you need to understand. It might be the most important thing I tell you. Cravings are waves. They rise, they peak, and they always pass. The average craving lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes of discomfort, and then it fades. Every single time. But here's what most people do. The craving starts rising. They feel that pull, that itch, that whisper saying just once, and they give in immediately, like within seconds. They never actually ride the wave to the other side. They bail out the moment it gets uncomfortable. And because they never wait it out, they never learn that it passes. They think the craving will just keep getting stronger forever, that if they don't give in, they'll explode. But that's not how it works. The craving peaks around minute 10 or 15, and then it drops, every time. So, here's the move. When the urge hits, don't try to fight it. Don't try to suppress it. Just notice it. Say to yourself, oh, there's a craving, interesting, let me see how long this one lasts. And then wait. Set a timer if you have to. 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes of doing literally anything else. Walk around. Drink water. Do push-ups. Take a cold shower. Call someone. Whatever. Just survive 10 minutes. And I promise you the wave will pass. And every time you ride out a wave instead of giving in, you're literally rewiring your brain. You're teaching it that you don't need the thing, that you can handle the discomfort. That's not willpower. That's training. Okay. Now, here's where it gets practical. Most people try to quit addiction through discipline. They leave the cigarettes on the table. They keep the phone by their bed. They have the alcohol in the cabinet. They keep the apps installed. And they just try to resist. That's insane. You're fighting a war you don't need to fight. Here's the truth. The best way to beat addiction is to make the bad choice as hard as possible. Not through willpower. Through friction. It's called environment design. And it works like this. Every choice you make has friction. Friction is just how many steps it takes to do the thing. Right now, your addiction probably has zero friction. Phone in your pocket, zero friction. One tap and you're scrolling. Vape in your drawer. 2 seconds and you're hitting it. Snacks in the kitchen, 10 steps and you're eating. Your brain will always choose the path of least resistance. Always. So your job isn't to be stronger. Your job is to make the path harder. Here's what that looks like. Phone addiction. Don't keep it in your bedroom. Buy a $10 alarm clock. Delete the apps. Not just log out, delete them. Put your phone in a timed lockbox if you have to. Make it annoying to access. Porn addiction. Install a blocker with a random password you don't know. Give the password to someone else. Keep your laptop in a common area only. Never be alone with an unblocked device. Nicotine addiction. Don't buy packs. If you want to smoke, you have to drive to the store. Every single time. That friction alone will cut your usage in half. Sugar addiction. Don't keep it in the house. If you want ice cream, you gotta get dressed, drive to the store, buy it. Most of the time, you won't bother. The craving will pass before you get there. See what I'm doing here? I'm not asking you to be disciplined. I'm asking you to be smart. Make the wrong choice require effort, and make the right choice effortless. That's how you win. Okay, here's the next level. You can't just remove something from your life. You have to replace it. Your brain formed the addiction because the behavior solved a problem. Boredom, stress, loneliness, anxiety, restlessness. The substance or behavior wasn't random. It was a solution. A bad solution, but a solution. So, if you remove the behavior and don't replace it, you just have a hole. And holes get filled, usually by the same thing, or something worse. So you need a replacement ritual. Here's how it works. Every addiction has a trigger. A moment. A feeling. A situation that makes you reach for the thing. Maybe it's boredom after dinner. Maybe it's stress at work. Maybe it's loneliness at night. Maybe it's the moment you wake up. Identify your trigger. Be specific. Not just stress. When exactly? Where? What were you doing right before? Now here's the move. Same trigger. Different response. When you feel bored after dinner, instead of scrolling, you go for a walk. When you feel stressed at work, instead of vaping, you do 20 push-ups. When you feel lonely at night, instead of porn, you call a friend or journal. When you wake up, instead of checking your phone, you make your bed. Same trigger. Different ritual. And here's the key. The replacement doesn't have to be amazing. It just has to exist. It has to be something. Anything. Your brain just needs a new path. Over time, the new path becomes automatic, and the old path fades. That's not willpower. That's rewiring. All right. Last piece. This is the one that makes everything else stick. You need to change how you see yourself. Right now, you probably think of yourself as someone who's trying to quit, someone who is fighting addiction, someone who is struggling. And as long as that's your identity, you'll keep struggling because your behavior always matches your identity. Always. If you see yourself as a smoker trying to quit, you'll smoke again because that's what smokers do. If you see yourself as someone with a porn problem, you'll watch again because that's what someone with a porn problem does. But if you shift your identity, everything changes. Here's the move. Stop saying, I'm trying to quit. Start saying, I'm not someone who does that. Not, I'm trying to stop scrolling. I'm not someone who wastes time on my phone. Not, I'm cutting back on sugar. I'm not someone who eats junk. Not, I'm fighting porn addiction. I'm not someone who watches that. It sounds simple, maybe even dumb, but it works. Because now you're not resisting a craving. You're just being who you are. And who you are doesn't do that. It's not even a decision anymore. It's just who you are. That's the shift. From behavior change to identity change. From willpower to self-concept. And once your identity changes, the behavior follows naturally. One more thing, and this is important. You're going to slip. Probably more than once. And when you do, don't spiral. Don't tell yourself you failed. Don't use it as an excuse to give up. Here's how to think about it. A slip is not a failure. A slip is data. It tells you something. What was the trigger? What time of day? What were you feeling? Where was the friction breakdown? Every slip teaches you something about your system. So instead of shame, get curious. Interesting. I slipped at 11 p.m. when I was alone and bored. What could I do differently next time? That's it. No drama, no identity crisis. Just data. And then you adjust. Add more friction. Create a better replacement. Strengthen the weak point. And keep going. Because here's the truth. The people who quit aren't the ones who never slip. They're the ones who get back up faster than they fall. That's it. That's the game. All right. Let me land this. There's a version of you right now living without this thing. Waking up without the guilt. Sleeping without the shame. Walking through life without the chains. Free. Clear. Present. That version of you is not some future fantasy. It's available right now. Not through willpower, not through white-knuckling, but through systems, through friction, through replacement, through identity, through understanding how your brain actually works and working with it instead of against it. So here's what you're going to do, right now, before you click away. 1. Identify your biggest trigger moment. When do you usually give in? 2. Add friction. Make that behavior harder to do. Delete something. Move something. Block something. 3. Create a replacement. Same trigger, different action. Something you can do in that moment instead. 4. Write this down. I'm not someone who does that. Read it every morning. That's your new identity. That's the system. And if you slip, no shame. Just data. Adjust and keep going. You're not weak. Your brain just got hijacked. But now you know how to take it back. So go take it back. I believe in you. Peace.